move to small growing towns. Tooroa had a forest industry which required labour, and lots of it. Our people were a movable and wooden labour force that made Tooroa their new home.
And the next day came over on the bus.
Thank you for those. Good to see that there are positive images. I've taken around myself by Canada out there, and we are pleased to see that that takes place. The concept, of course, the community water, that falls within our representation review rather than in terms of our long-term plan. And in terms of university, you will, the new Vice Chancellor, if you're linking into everything, you'll be aware of the work that our council is doing with the new Vice Chancellor.
What's his name?
Neil Quigley.
The Vice Chancellor was
the University of Waikato. So we've been working with that new council. He's been there 90 days, and we've had several meetings, and so that's all been on their university webpage and working in there. So I'm sure you will find all that.
Is the Honourable Jim Bolger still the Chancellor?
He is there, and we met with Jim Bolger 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago we met with the Chancellor.
Because I sat on the committee with those two gentlemen, not the present one, but that board, the alumni, it's an elected body. My interest in the international university, I was more interested in the University of the South Pacific, which is the one based in Fiji. And because we have 64 languages when the mill was built in 1954, we have 27 now according to the census. 16 of those have seats in the United Nations. This town, if you like, is the United Nations of the South Pacific. And so the idea of having an adjunct to the University that's out of Fiji here, and it's not one of the 9 universities within New Zealand. There's funding options for that. The central government will still fund it. And that's how we grow this town. And that's why this is a 10-year planning document. It's now noted, and obviously there's some consultation. But perhaps this is for the next 3 years when this 10-year planning process comes around. So maybe we will have something over the next 3 years with the Chief Executive Officer looking at having an international university presence here to attract 12,000 people and to grow the town in that way and bring funds and people in.
Are there any other questions for Mr. Young?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Outside, would you like to call Mr. Luxford in, please? We were going to sell it. Oh, my goodness. We would have $10 notes in it.
No, I'm a dairy farmer, we've got no money.
$20 notes then. Welcome back, sir. You are still being recorded and filmed. All right, thank you. Submission number 77.
I've returned, not because I like the process, I do admire the process, but I wish to do so and just address a couple of local issues and local practical issues that more farmers see and appreciate. And those two issues are roading and essentially the seal extension program and also the leaf phase upgrade, especially regarding quarters. See in the long-term plan that there's a statement that council was going to contribute $100,000 a year for seal extensions, but I understand that that has now of cases where very talented young farm workers have come and looked at farms on these unsealed roads, and they sort of saying, I'm not going to put my pride and joy in my car up that road just for that job. I'll go and seek a job elsewhere. And you know, it's not only the farmer that's missing out, it's the district as well, because if they've got to replace them with people that don't care about plants and their own property, you know, you're not getting the best people, and we need the best people if we really want the district to progress in those areas. And the third reason is, you know, is the economic costs of not progressing with the road safety program. It goes beyond the rural community. It actually goes into the business community. And for that reason, I've invited Steve Whittaker along to come with me, because I've been in his practice a year or so ago and heard the whinging that's going on about the costs that they incur from having to work off those roads. And so I might just invite Steve to stand and just talk through a few of those issues.
Well, thanks so much. I wouldn't use the word whinge, but I suppose specifically, I mean, I'm a veterinarian who employs vets, and it's Tokoroa, and it's always difficult for people, veterinarians to come to Tokoroa. Unfortunately, we've got a fantastic team. But I suppose my reference is mainly for Mamaku South Road. I appreciate, you know, since the Carter Forest days, we've had a large amount of field. There's been some fantastic work. I don't know who did the roads, but it's brilliant. From when we first arrived servicing those farms, it's done a fantastic job. So it's a bit like the job's unfinished. Mamaku South Road is the end. Obviously, you drive up Musset Road and then you turn left onto Mamaku South Road. There's a section of that road. I drove this morning just to refresh my brain cells. It's sealed for about 600 metres, and then at 740 there's a work on an unsealed stretch, and then you go to another box, 140, 142, and one of the dairy farms up there is Monarco Farm. So we're only talking probably 300 metres of unsealed road, but it services the shear milker, plus at least three farms on that, three residential addresses. And then just up further, Mamaku Road is another farm on the left there, and that's basically the end of it. And it's a 1.8k, so it's only a 1.2 kilometre stretch of road that's unsealed. And it's pretty rough, it's pretty ugly. It's a bit like just not finishing the job. It would be nice if that part of the job, but I appreciate funding's tight.